Welcome to Student Life. Today we want to recommend a book. It is written by John Stott, the late John Stott, and the title of the book is Basic Christianity. It was given to university students in the 50s, 60s, and was published in 1958 for the first time. And since then, thousands and thousands of people have read the book and found an answer to the basic question, what is the Christian faith all about? So that's why we recommend it. It's a very significant book. John Stott says that there are two groups of people. Those who are within the Christian community, but still miss some of the pieces. So he says this book can help them clarify the basics and also, more importantly, find out what to do with this message, how to experience it, how to make it their own. But there is another group of people, those who are outside of the Christian community, those who have no clear understanding about the basic message. So John Stott explains in 4 parts, a few chapters, what Jesus thought about himself and what was his purpose. What did he come to accomplish? The first thing John Stott says in this book is that Jesus understood himself to be God. Now, if he is no God, if he really never was God, then the whole building of the Christian faith will collapse. So it's a very important question. And therefore, he spends a chapter to explain, did Jesus really claim to be God? Secondly, he asks the question, is there any evidence that can make the point that he indeed was God? What is the evidence? Can you really accept his testimony about himself to be the Son of God? And John Stott says, well, there is enough evidence. And he says, well, first think about his character. He was the only person that lived that never did something wrong, which points to his deity, that he is God. He also thinks that Jesus, because after he died, rose from the dead, that this is another piece of evidence, historical evidence. So John Stott thinks that there is strong evidence, there is cumulative evidence from different angles, that any person who will accept this message will not commit intellectual suicide, that there is sufficient evidence to accept this message. The second thing he's doing in this book explains, well, why did Jesus come? What was the purpose? What did he try to accomplish? And to this question he gives the answer that, well, Jesus came to save those who were lost, to save sinners. Well, he explains the terms, very basic terms in the Bible, and he tries to make the point that it means that we have lost the mark, that we have lost our purpose in life. We try to find purpose in life in different things, but not in a relationship with God. And John Stott says, well, Jesus came to put this right, to help us restore that relationship with God. But more than this, he also came to set us free from our selfishness. And also, he came to help us love each other. And there is such a big need in our days to experience and know true love. Love that commits itself to the good of others so that others can flourish. Now, John Stott says something else in this book. He says, you may know that Jesus is God, and you may know why he came and why he gave his life, what his purpose was. But there is a third thing, a very important thing. What should we do with this message? And he says, the message will not help you, will mean nothing if you will not make a commitment to have a relationship with the person of Jesus. A total commitment. That's a very important point. So he says, you have to take some action. And he explains in this book what it means to commit your life to Jesus and follow him. Now, if that's the message, and you have to read the whole book, of course, to go deeper into this, John Stott says right in the beginning of his book, there is something important that if you miss this, you may never find out if this message is true. And he says there is a promise that Jesus gave. Seek and you will find. But seek honestly. Perhaps without prejudice and all our preconceived ideas, we may come to read this wonderful message, but we may reject it for different reasons. So John Stott says, make sure you come honestly before it. Secondly, he says, well, not only come honestly, but come humbly. We are dealing here with something that we call God, something that is outside there, some transcendent being, and we have to come humbly so that we can receive what this God has to say to us. But then also he says, come obediently. So make sure that you come with an open heart, that if you realize that this message is true, let it transform your life and have an impact in you. So more or less this is the message, and if you have this basic question, what is the Christian faith all about? Why should I follow it? And maybe how to explain it to others? We recommend this book highly. Take it, read it, maybe summer vacation, and then find somebody to talk through, maybe some other Christian, about basic questions you might have. Well, hope this will help you, and we hope you will have a good time.